An eating disorder destroys your life, so it only makes sense that you can't really get a holiday to get away from it. You take it with you. And no matter how many times I've told myself in the past that a little getaway would solve it all, would remove me from that situation, I brought my problems with me. It never solved anything. Of course, social media would never show you that. Social media would only ever show you the trips, the laughter, the meals out, never the confusion, the tears, the indecisiveness. Today I want to talk to you about my recent trip to Iceland. Naturally, on social media, on Instagram, I've already shared with you all of the highlights. You're probably well aware of those. I shared the snowy drives, the amazing scenery, the quick in-the-car baguette lunches and the warm in-restaurant burger dinners. But I didn't share going slightly mad being locked up inside during the many blizzards, the fear I felt at times in the car, and the times I was so hungry I wanted to fight the microwave. I think it's time to maybe get around to those things and to share the full story. But first, time for a really quick shout out. Stop. Before we go on, I want to give a really quick shout out to Hanne Luisa. They actually saved this holiday and this holiday's footage, and I'll get around to why in just a second. Whilst I'm unwrapping 3 gifts that they sent over to me upon my return from Iceland. I've mentioned Hanne Luisa in the past, and they're a great company with sustainable practices and super cute jewellery, and are currently running a 20% off discount all over their website. However, that's not the reason I'm so excited about them today. As I said, they saved the holiday footage. The SD card for our drone was inside the drone, and it needed to be inside of the phone in order for the footage to be saved onto the phone, onto the SD card, and to then be used in the video. However, in order to get an SD card out, well, it's not that simple. So normally we use a paperclip, but I hadn't packed a paperclip to go on the plane to Iceland with me. However, as per usual, I was wearing my Hanne Luisa earrings. And guess what they have at their back end? A lovely stabby bit that fits perfectly inside the phone to eject the SD card. I think us females will always be prepared for like everything, because I remember a holiday where my dad got injured and my aunt had brought some pads and that was used to cover the wound, which was genius. And now my earrings were used to save the day. So obviously I'm super happy because I was able to look fashionable and get the footage I needed. And that's what has made this video. Made possible by the lovely Hanne Luisa. On to the footage we've all been waiting for. As expected, the holiday had its ups and its downs. However, the ups far outweighed the downs. Especially compared to where I've come from. Of course, wanting to fight the microwave because I was hungry is nothing compared to fighting anyone and everyone at every single mealtime. Going mad being locked inside during a blizzard because I couldn't pack a good book, because I got a bit bored, is absolutely nothing compared to bawling my eyes out because I couldn't exercise or couldn't stick to my rigid routines. Occasionally feeling cold or quite windswept or frazzled is nothing compared to the constant cold, no matter the weather. And it's nothing compared to the unmindfulness as I was stuck in my head planning all of my meals, all of my snacks, and all of the scary things to come during the day. These things, first off, no longer scare me nowadays. And they don't need planning. Let's go! Another easy car lunch, this time cheesy pasta bake from last night with a view. After this, we got back for burgers, and still peckish, we had peanut butter Icelandic pancake things, and it was lush. We also snacked on lots of random things, well, a lot of bars mainly, but also Icelandic donut-like things? I'm not quite sure, they were really good. And yeah, as I said, there was a lot of baguettes with hummus and a lot of pastas because those were just the easiest, quickest, cheapest things we could throw together and have for leftovers the next day. I can say that I've left the eating disorder behind for good. I'm very proud of that. So why would I even reflect on these sometimes pretty awful memories of the past? Well, it reminds me of how damn much has changed and how much I've grown. Nowadays, I've got a lot more mental peace, a lot more food freedom, a lot more spontaneity in my life, and a much less aggressive, dulled down, apathetic, one-dimensional personality. That's why. And by telling myself this, I feel like I was able to enjoy my holiday even more than I already did. A holiday filled with eating from different plates and with different cutlery. Eating at different restaurants and snacking quite a lot. But also a holiday just filled with natural beauty, laughs, good meals, quick meals, no exercise, food freedom, spontaneity, genuine interest in the sights I went to see, and a mindfulness and presence that I never could have dreamed of before. Need I say any more? There's probably a lot I could still add to that list. You know what I love? I love devouring the 100th hummus baguette or chocolate bar for lunch, for snack, because it's easy and cheap meal prep. Or popping into a cafe for a hot drink because the weather is bad and doing its Icelandic thing. I also love not exercising for a week. Not because a holiday finally provides me with the excuse not to, but just because on holiday it might not be as practical, or I might be busy with loads of other things and there's so many sights to see. Yes, I could have easily done some ab work or brought a resistance band, but I didn't because that's not what I was in Iceland for. I love the gym, but I feel like there's a time and place for it. And embracing this freedom with my exercise is definitely something that's quite new to me. Instead of exercise, I decided to have a lie-in, eat some more food, go on amazing walks that maybe I wouldn't have the energy for if I'd exercised as much as I did back then. I can't believe that in the past I would happily have sacrificed either my sleep, my leisurely holiday pace, the time spent at beautiful sights, the energy left to explore these sights, for a worthless workout that would have brought me no joy whatsoever at that time because it was compulsive. As I said, exercise is and can really be fun once you're ready for it, and even then, when you're in the right mindset for it. Looking back at all of these shots, these beautiful sights, I know I did the right thing because the time and place was not then. It genuinely wasn't. The point is this. Yes, what you see on social media is what I decide I want to share on social media. So it's bound to give a bit of a one-sided point of view. However, holidays are good. Holidays are a getaway from little petty problems that you may have in your life, or little petty things that you can easily shove to the background for a week. You can't shove an eating disorder to the background, but the eating disorder is something I've shoved out of my life a long time ago. And that made this holiday pretty special. If you are struggling, try to reduce the anxiety by having a bit of a routine so you know what to expect. Maybe making your parents or your partner or your travel companion aware at which times you may be just a little bit more stressed. Try to identify your triggers and work around them. The eating disorder sucks, but it's something that you can overcome. What do you think of all of this? Do you take your eating disorder along on your holidays? I promise, it's a lot better to leave that one at home. The time is now. Again, a really quick shout out to Luisa. Link below for some discounts. Thank you all so much for watching, because I am very proud of this drone footage. And if you want to overcome your eating disorder, if you want to travel without the eating disorder, know that the time is now. If you need help, you don't have to go at it alone. Message me for one-to-one coaching details and I can see what we can do together. Big shout out to all of my Patreons. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform on which you can support me. So definitely check that out if you want to support me, you want to support this channel, and I'll see you next week.